us the baton so we can run into the future with it.
You know, and to Uncle Rod on some chat and shit, like, I be feeling like not feeling like, I know I'm definitely like an old soul. Like, I be so, what you be saying, tired of that shit. I'm at 21. I'm tired of this shit. Like, it's some motherfuckers older than me. Y'all had 30, 40 years on me, and y'all just still, I don't even know, but I'm just like, you know, I definitely that baton race. I'll be like, damn, even though I'm an old soul, like sometimes these lessons I'll be still having to learn be fucking me up, because it's like, damn. Like I think you had said that in one of the tapes you recently did. Like, you gonna have like people come into your, like, you know, sphere, and it's a baton race to them. You had said that you was like, you know, they just there to help you with something, and then they pass you off to the next person.
Yeah, so
And then, you
so
know,
in the game, right, in our book of life, we have what's called walk-in characters. They only came in that one page of the book or that one chapter, and then they gone forever. But then you have what's called repeating characters. They might come every other chapter, every second chapter, every fourth chapter, but they keep popping up in this storyline. That's your book of life, right? And the more they pop up, you then after a while you can see the role they playing in your life clearer. Some people just came to teach you how to be a good friend, and some people came to teach you how to be the worst asshole anybody ever seen. You're gonna get both lessons
yeah,
because you work in between severity, the harsh lesson, and mercy, the benevolent lessons, the lessons that you learn by observation as opposed to the ones you gotta experience. The harsh um, ones are the ones you have to experience, meaning you have to go through an emotional range in
yeah.
order to flip out of that cycle. And until you go through the whole emotional range, you can't get out of the cycle. You keep skipping an emotion, right? It's the same if you riding a bike. If your chain miss a link, it'll jump off the track.
Mm-hmm. And keep popping.
Yeah.
Dang, Uncle Rod, that's crazy.
Mhm. Yeah. I think that's about it for me, sweetie.
Yeah, you seem tired. I'm gonna let you go.
No, I ain't tired. I just been
Well,
chiefing.
yeah, I was about to say, it seems like you
This
know,
this
done
the
with
chiefing with
this.
the chief session. You know.
Yeah, I was about to say, it seemed like you done chiefing with this, with chiefing with us. It seemed like you done with it.
Yeah, I just put this bad boy out. I got half of it left.
What? Cause Uncle Rod, you be chiefing for real. What you smoke? What you smoke? Like, what's your rap, or what you be
I
rolling up?
use organic hemp wraps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get different strains. I got two brothers that smoke worse than me, way more than me, and so and I got some nephews that can out smoke me too. But I smoke at the end of the day, stuff be done. They smoke
Mm-hmm.
all day.
Yeah. That be me. I don't smoke all day.
Yeah, I gotta wake up. I gotta get over being high yesterday before I can get high today, or else I'll lose a whole day.
Shit, you probably would for real.
Yeah.
But Uncle Rod too, I'm gonna let you go. But I just wanted to know, like, since you be remembering me and shit, like, could I hit you up? Cause I be having hella questions, like I be
Girl,
wanting to ask and shit.
you ain't even had to ask that.
I ain't had to ask, but I just wanted to ask out of courtesy, cause I was like, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
can I just hit him
So
up?
yeah,
Well,
because I take video calls on Messenger and on Instagram Messenger, and only when I don't answer, I be doing something. Otherwise, if I ain't doing nothing, I just answer and like, hey, what's going on? How can I help you?
you really a regular ass dude. I fuck with that heavy, bro.
Yeah, I'm regular as hell. I'm super regular. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, that's the solution
Right.
is to be
But
super
what make
regular.
it a problem is people think that I'm supposed to feel like I'm so much of the big cheese that I can't be personable. That's not the function of a real chief. A real chief is
Yeah.
approachable. Just don't come with no bullshit because you might get checked the wrong way.
Don't come with no bullshit. Don't come with no bullshit, cause then I gotta check you.
Yeah, because the book of Dilligath says, verse 1, chapter 1, fuck around and find out.
What? So saith the Lord.
Yeah. Uh, all right, sweetie, I'm gonna let you go.
All
Um,
right, G. You be safe out
yeah,
here.
just hit me. I'm about to go get me some vittles. I got the munchkins now. Or I say the Oompa Loompas. Whichever one you get from the herbals. Because remember Grady on Sanford and Son, when they made the salad and then they thought they was putting parsley in the salad and they was putting the herbs in there and Grady was feeding it to the to Hoppy and Smitty, and the more they ate, the hungrier they got. And he said, and then Grady find out that it's herb in there, and he said, "Oh man, I think they got the munchkins." Hey, look, Holy Living, all I could do is smile because we got a real great day coming ahead of us with some real fascinating things to see of a benevolent nature. We just gotta watch the labor pains of this bullshit birth this next reality, right? So I pinned the comment in the from Cheryl Jones um, about she said anybody interested in support for transitioning to teaching or educating your child outside the system inbox me. That's Sister Cheryl Jones. So she over here on uh, Facebook with me. For the people that's gonna see this on somebody else's channel somewhere else, his sister name is Cheryl Jones, not with a S, not a C. SHERYLJONES, and she's offering support for people that's trying to get acclimated in the homeschooling instead of sending their child to these deaf camps because that's what they're about to turn into. The plan is if the parents don't decide to take the children out of school, the plan from the deep state is to force them to take them out by putting as many of them deliberately and willfully in harm's way as possible until so many parents pull their child out of school, they have to shut it down because there's no way that any of this senseless school violence should be condoned by this system when they're using it to try to get you to stop sending your child to those places where they teach them how to be devils. This is all they doing is teaching them how to be the best devil they can be or the best slave they can be. Ain't no middle ground. You either gonna be a little demon or you gonna be a slave. I'm not familiar with the story of the the school bus in Thailand, so I can't answer you, sweetie. Yeah. So Cheryl Jones said that Trump gave you the option to take the money out of the system and pay who you choose to teach your child. So she's talking about the budget allocated for your child to attend public schools. You can take that budget and the school will give you the voucher in order to pay the private educator of your choosing. They use taxpayer money to fund this, which really not using taxpayer money. They really using federal, no, not Federal Reserve, International Monetary Fund and World Bank proceeds, right? Tax dollars is just used to calculate the amount of slaves that's still duped. They can tell how many of us is still entranced in this spell by how many of us participating in the IRS scandal that y'all don't even know it's a scandal yet. The IRS is a whole scam and scandal. They are a foreign collection agency hired by the Federal Reserve, another foreign agency, to be a collection agency and to go around and compel people to sign contracts agreeing to pay for them to remain poor, broke, and ignorant. That's the way it is. So, yeah, yeah. The the IRS is a private collection agency. It's not a government agency, and this is why they was issuing
Vedics. The motherfuckers they brought over here in bondage. They was replacing us on the Trail of Tears. All you gotta do is listen to Chief Warhorse. She break that shit all the way down. You just don't know who is who in the picture until we point them out to you, because we didn't know they brought motherfuckers to masquerade as us over here to pretend to be us, right? You know the ones that took sides with us because they tell you that we the original motherfuckers that was on the land and they riding with us. And then the other ones that say stuff like, I wish these black people stop telling everybody they Indians. Them the motherfuckers that's the enemy. They tell you flat out. So you only got two group of these $5 motherfuckers, right? So these $5 motherfuckers come over here. They can sit their ass down because Big Rod gonna make change out that ass, right? And we gonna change that $5 ass to a 5-cent motherfucker, right? So when they came over here, they brought, you got to go back to who the Etruscan Moors was fighting as Romans. The Roman wars was with Huns, Mongols, and Vedics. They went into India and got the scroll of government, or the scroll of caste. The caste sutra is what it's called. And it's the scroll of government. The definitive ruler of the earth carries the scroll of government. And there's several parts of it, and the collection of the scrolls together is called the Scrolls of Destiny. If you can secure the scroll of government until the close of the age, you hold the government. This is how these motherfuckers get 6,000 years to rule, right? But it took them a sizable portion to find the scroll. They found the scroll with Alexander. Go look at the story of the birth of Alexander, and they talk about he was born from God. That's Enlil's son. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, the story ain't no secret. As Enlil's son was Alexander, the so-called great. I call him the great because that motherfucker wasn't nothing but a motherfucking fodder for wine with his homeotestical self, right? He probably sucked more penis than a prostitute on 47th Street during the crack era, you know? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. These motherfuckers can't trick you when you know who you is, because they don't vibrate on your frequency. Then they tell on themselves, right? The shit you say out your mouth is called the truth. Irritates their spinal column to the point where they have to act out. They got to say something. They can't just mind their goddamn business, sit their bitch asses down and get somewhere and be quiet until the storm blow over. They got to say something because the truth is irritating to their soul. The very fact that they over here under the false pretense of usurpation, Jacobin, underminers, supplanters, them motherfuckers came over here to replace us, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that shit at all, right? Yeah, well, all those bills is going up to keep you perpetually in poverty. Y'all don't understand the game, so y'all keep being victimized by it. The only thing we gonna do as a collective is shut this bitch down. And the only way to shut it down is don't nobody go to work Tuesday. But that's few and far between, because unless everybody is understanding what's taking place on a metaphysical level, it's probably almost next to impossible. It's almost next to impossible to get people to understand what's taking place if they don't understand any of the metaphysics involved. And it's basically is you either part of the solution or you part of the problem. And you know you part of the problem when everything you do benefit the system more than it benefits you. That means that you supporting that they bullshit. Look, they got whole countries stop paying their light bills. I think it was one of those countries in Europe. It was like 20,000 people or some shit like that. Was like, fuck a light bill. And they didn't turn their shit off because there was too many of them. No, Noah was Udnapishtim, and it wasn't the world that flooded under Noah. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get into that because I'd take up too much time. Yep. Let me see if I can pin that comment. Pin that for a minute. Y'all hear the guy talking? All of the baptisms is monetized because they have to dip you into the sea. Because remember, they said that we are stranded at sea. A baptism means that they pulled you from the ocean, from the waters, right? It's symbolic. To pull you from the water, meaning to rescue you from sea, and then they render you a straw man certification. Your straw man has been captured by the naval ship called the Admiralty Jurisdiction of the United States Corporate Fiction. That's what the baptism is about. We didn't baptize with water, we baptize in oil. That's why it's called anointing, right? The anointing of the Christ, which is the oil. It's the oil on the forehead, the olive oil, the gator oil, the crocodile oil, right? It's that golden oil that's a similar or I would say it's a facsimile of the sacred secretion that rises up your spine when both of your left and right hemisphere, your brain pumping. Yeah, it's got to be enough though. If the problem is that too many people scared to step away from the system and what it entails. You gonna have first they got an opportunity to step away from the system on their own. When enough people would receive the information to divorce themselves from the system, then you have enough people now where anybody who don't get it at that point, they gonna catch it the hard way because they're not gonna be prepared because they just gonna start shutting shit off. Now remember, they got a lot of motherfucking water crises, flood crises. All these are activating FEMA in real time. FEMA is a continuity of government. Watch what they doing because they rolling the continuity of government out one natural disaster at a time. One natural disaster at a time. FEMA get control of one little area at a time until the big disaster hit, which is going to put us in what we call a national crisis, and FEMA is going to have to take charge. That means either all of the lights go off across the land or from an EMP or some bullshit like that. And then what's that called? Oh, so once all of these natural disasters start hitting, they're gonna have hurricanes gonna be hitting any time now. We going into the season with hurricane season. And hurricane season, pay attention to the names of the hurricanes and the tropical storm. Research and investigate what the name means. When you find that the name is the same name as one of the elders that was giving us information, like when I was identifying Cyclone Marcus in Australia, right? And I remember Garvey said, look for me in the whirlwind, right? So when it hit, I'm reading the vitals of the cyclone, and it keep hitting on the number 7 here, 7 over there, 7 here, 7 this, 7 that. So it's directly talking to me from Garvey. So while I'm sitting here watching this play out, I'm listening to a qualified apology request from Ghana. What that means is if we did anything wrong, tell us what we did wrong and we'll make amends for it. So when he offered the qualified apology, we the ones have to qualify the apology because they said we came from over there. How do we qualify it? We find out who they is versus who we is, right? We can't qualify that apology. That means we can't accept Ghana's apology because they done nothing wrong to us. It was these other bastards over here masquerading as conquistadors. They running around claiming to be us, acting like they us, and they the motherfuckers that's holding the power in secret. They the ones did the dirt. They the ones put us, overtook Big Mama house and called it the Big House. They don't want Big Mama getting no credit for shit. Well, fuck you motherfuckers. I'm going to give Big Mama all the credit she can deserve. This her shit and her daughter's shit. And them my sisters. And that's my Big Mama. And my mama is one of her daughters. So all you rotten motherfuckers can give it up. Mama said don't let nobody take nothing from your brothers and your sisters. Well, I'm here to get all back. I'm back for every fucking thing they owe, no longer oppressed. We didn't overthrow those, just put us in this rotten mess. Now you can ask Pac and he can agree and we can pick sides and then against our enemies ride. Yep, Zionist Jews,